Yuri Levchenko. He's the leader of the People's Power Party and a former member of parliament of Ukraine. Yuri, it's really good to have you on this news hour. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Your country's received massive amounts of support from the US, from the West and its allies. Billions have been pledged just yesterday to help rebuild Ukraine, and more weapons are coming in. Is this enough for you to achieve your goals in this war?
Well, we cannot be sure exactly how many weapons are coming in. That's the thing. I mean, only when these weapons arrive on the front, then we will be sure how many weapons came exactly. And to be honest, I don't think there can be such a thing as enough weapons in this particular war, because you have to realize that we are fighting a foe that is much larger than our country, which has more economic resources than our country, which had far larger stockpiles of weapons than our country did, especially when talking about heavy weaponry, for example, artillery, rocket weapons, and aircraft as well. And so I think that there's no such a thing as enough weapons for us in this war, and we need to keep on receiving more and more and more of these weapons from the West. Especially now, we need the aircraft, because as yet we have not received any aircraft, as you know. So this is something we're asking for as well. But in any case, I believe that we will win the war. Basically, if you're talking about strategically speaking, not tactically speaking, but strategically speaking, we have already won the war since Russia is unable to achieve any of its stated objectives in Ukraine. And now it's a matter of us kicking them out of our land, kicking them out of our territories, and restoring the territorial integrity of Ukraine. And this will, of course, take time, and it also depends on whether or not we will get more aid from the West.
You talk about kicking Russia out of your country. Do you think that can only be done militarily, or is there real interest in a diplomatic or possible diplomatic resolution to this conflict?
Diplomatic resolution to this conflict is only possible if you're talking about basically the capitulation of Russia and Russia retreating and agreeing to the Ukrainian territorial integrity. Everyone who is watching us outside of Ukraine has to finally realize that Russia is not interested in anything apart from taking control of Ukraine, whether militarily, politically, economically, in one way or another. So this is Russia's strategic objective. And the only way Russia will stop trying to do this if it gets pushed back by force. There is no other way to stop it. I have to remind our viewers that Ukraine actually tried diplomacy with Russia over the past 8 years, between 2014 and 2022. Ukraine did not try in any way to regain control of the occupied Donbas region by force during these 8 years. We tried talking to Russia. We tried signing various agreements with Russia as to regaining our territorial integrity. But all of this was not interested for Russia, and Russia fully invaded, with a full invasion in February of this year. Furthermore, I have to remind you that, for example, if you're talking about Crimea, which was annexed illegally by Russia in 2014, Russia did not even want to talk about Crimea.